Halo 3. Is one of the FPS games of all time. After hundreds of attempts, no other FPS game has ever been truly like this one. This game really pries open your third eye when it comes to FPS game design. A lot of people will say Black Ops 2 was the end of an era, and while it was, 2007 to 2010 was, in my opinion, the best era for gaming, and Halo 3 was just the start. This game was not only the first game I ever played, this game was also released 5 days after I was born. So this campaign review is most certainly, definitely not biased.
About to blow.
You what?
We start off in the jungle after the events of Halo 2. In this level, you go around shooting gorillas, weird crab things, and kangaroos. This level also shows off how different the elites are from the brutes. Elites, when you break their shield, they'll actually try to hide behind cover in order to try and regenerate their shield. Brutes, when you break their shield, there's a small chance they'll go insane and try to attack you head on. Speaking of brutes, there are many different types. One type is the Brute Chieftain. These guys are hard to kill and can and will end your career. But you kill them and you get by far the greatest weapon in the game, the Gravity Hammer. Unfortunately, the next mission is Crow's Nest. One of the worst missions in the game.
Trash.
This mission is so boring. It's literally just going to area after area, shoot guys, go back to the previous area. Not to mention, most of these areas are extremely small and crowded, which also isn't helped by the fact that there's way too many enemies in each room. The fact that some certain mentally ill individuals think this level is any good in any way, shape, or form is a prime example of why some people shouldn't be allowed to play video games.
But my man, what's gonna happen? And I'll replay this game, you stupid monkey. What you talking about? Hey man, you need to sit your mother.
This level is what truly makes a Halo mission fun. The environment to drive around it, the vast open area that doesn't feel like a maze, and the many options you have. In this section, you're supposed to wait for a pelican to drop you a Warhawk, but you don't have to do that. Instead, you can move forward, steal a Wraith, and then do the rest of the vehicle section with it. These are what truly make a Halo mission fun for me.
4 big guys, and they grab on my thighs, blow up my guts like the 4th of July.
This really isn't like a vehicle mission, but it's still pretty good. In this mission, you destroy some AA guns. In the second area, you get a rocket launcher to help with that. Your best option is to actually not use the rocket launcher for this next section and save it for like the section after. In this section, however, you can destroy some raids. But after you destroy the raids, there's this Scarab boss fight. The best option is to get on these missile turrets and then shoot at it. Then climb onto it, and then destroy its core thing. After that, you then need to destroy the big gun. This is why you like to save that rocket launcher, so you can deal with these two hunters and the chief. Then you blow it up, and that's the end of the game, right? Right?
What is it? More brutes?
Worse.
The Flood are the most annoying enemies in this game. They have what feels like infinite spawns. They attack in hordes all at once. They can infect allies and enemies, effectively making their spawns even more. And they now have stronger pure forms in the forms of juggernauts, shooters, and crawlers. With that being said, I would highly recommend picking up the Flamethrower, as not only does fire kill them easily, it also kills you easily. Anyway, the elites then decide to show up and they fight the Flood for you so you can board up to the ship they stole to find Cortana. What you do. Then the elites team up with the humans and then they try to take down the Covenant. The Ark is by far my second favorite mission in this game. For From the sniper section to the first vehicle section to the tank section to the last vehicle section. It's just pure cinema. You cannot top it.
Whether you like him or don't like him, there's nothing you can do about him because he's number one.
In the section, you get a Gauss Hog, aka the most overpowered vehicle in this game. But you also have to fight a Scarab. But you have a Gauss Hog. So of course, you can beat this thing easily. Unfortunately, not everything is perfect, and this mission goes back to the Crow's Nest formula. Piss. Oh, one more thing. At the end of the mission, this random chieftain will actually challenge you to a 1v1. Pretty cool.
Bro, why you ain't accept my friend request, bro?
Boom. Pussy.
This mission right here, is the mission of all time. Literally from this opening cutscene, you can already tell that this mission is going to be peak. Your first goal in this mission is to take out this one AA wraith so you can get a Warthog and drive to the tower. To help with this, you finally get the Spartan. You then go through the control room and then up to the elevator, kill every brute in the room, and then deactivate the tower. And would you look at that? The elites have somehow managed to deactivate the second tower. But because Johnson has a skill issue, he can't deactivate the third tower. So this forces you to drive back to the beach, fly a Hornet to the third tower, kill everything inside, and then get to the control room to turn it off. But you're not done yet. Because...
Guess who's back?
You then need to go to the middle of the map so you can fly a Hornet to kill these two Scarabs. After destroying them, you can finally make your way to the Prophet. Along the way, the Flood's like, you want to team up? And you're like, yeah. So you make your way to kill the Prophet with them. But then the Flood's like,
alright, so 3, 2, 1, and scammer gets scammed, buddy. That's what you get. You're not.
and then we get this iconic scene.
Corpses shift and offer room. A fate you must abide. We trade one villain for another.
Then you pretty much just run all the way back. Remember what I said about the Flood being annoying? And remember what I also said about rooms being overpacked with enemies? I want you to imagine what happens when you mix the two. This is the final mission in this legendary trilogy. In this mission, your goal is to fire the Halo and kill the Gravemind. But the Gravemind's like, no, and he tries to stop you. I would once again recommend the flamethrower for this section. Once you get to the top, you then get these turrets to fight off the Flood. Once you kill all the Flood, Guilty Spark opens the door and leads you to the control room. And right as Johnson's about to activate the ring, Guilty Spark does this. Then he goes on his anime monologue about how firing the ring would destroy it, but then you're like,
We do not care.
so you blow him up and activate the ring anyway. After that, you then need to escape, so you quite literally run for the hills. You then find Johnson's Warthog and drive it. While you're driving, the ground begins to fall apart, and you can fall in this section, which I do. Twice. Anyway, you continue to drive through the ring as it begins to fire, and when all hope seems lost, you then see the fort until dawn. So you drive towards it, take the jump, and make it. Then the dawn takes off and barely escapes the explosion, finishing the Flood and the series. Until 343 came out.